18th February 2021 Morning Murli Om Shanti BapDada Madhuban. Sweet children, remember the one Father who gives happiness. Accumulate the power of yoga in this short time because it will be very useful at the end. Question: what awareness should you children who have unlimited disinterest constantly have? Answer: you should constantly have the awareness, this body is my dirty costume and I now have to shed it and return home. Remember the Father and the inheritance and nothing else. This is unlimited disinterest. While performing actions, make such an effort to stay in remembrance that the burden of sin is removed from your head and the soul becomes Satapradhan from Tamapradhan. Om Shanti. The Father explains very easy things to you children every day. This is God's university. It truly says in the Gita, God speaks, God, the Father of all, is one. No one else can be a God. Yes, all can be the children of the one Father. It should enter your intellects that the Father definitely establishes the new world of heaven. He would definitely have received our inheritance of heaven from that Father. Shiva Jayanti is only remembered in Bharat. However, only the Father comes and explains how Shiva Jayanti takes place. The Father comes at the confluence age for the children in order to make the children pure from impure once again. That is to give them their inheritance. At this time, everyone is cursed by Ravan, and this is why they are all unhappy. It is now the Iron Age old world. Always remember that you are Brahmins, the mouth-born creation of Brahma. Those who consider themselves to be Brahma Kumaris and Kumaris should understand that they receive the grandfather's inheritance every cycle through Brahma. No one else can have so many children. He is the father of everyone. Brahma too is a child. All the children receive the inheritance from the grandfather. His inheritance is the kingdom of the golden age, since that unlimited Father is the creator of heaven. We should definitely have the kingdom of heaven. However, we forget that we had the kingdom of heaven. How does the incorporeal Father give that to us? He definitely gives it through Brahma. It used to be his kingdom in Bharat. It is now the confluence age of the cycle. It is because Brahma exists at the confluence age that you are called Brahma Kumaris and Kumaris. There cannot be any question of blind faith. This is adoption. You are Brahma Kumaris and Kumaris. Brahma is Shivbaba's child and we are once again receiving the kingdom of heaven from Shivbaba. We received it previously too, 5000 years ago. We used to belong to the deity religion. There continues to be expansion till the end. For instance, Christ came and the Christian religion still exists and continues to grow. They understood that they have become Christians through Christ. Christ came 2000 years ago. It is now growing. Everything is at first Satapradhan, then Sato, Rajo and then Tamo. You were Satapradhan in the golden age and you then went through the Sato, Rajo and Tamo stages. The Tamapradhan world definitely became Satapradhan again. There used to be the original, eternal deity religion in the new world. There are four main religions. Your religion continues for half the cycle. Here too, you belong to that religion. But because of becoming vicious, you no longer call yourselves deities. You belong to the original, eternal deity religion. But when you went on to the path of sin, you became impure, and this is why you call yourselves Hindus. You have now become Brahmins. Shivbaba is the highest on high. Then there are you Brahmins. Your Brahmin clan is the highest of all. You have become the children of Brahma, but you don't receive the inheritance from Brahma. Shivbaba is establishing heaven through Brahma. You souls now know the Father. The Father says, by coming to know me, from me you understand all the knowledge of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world cycle. I have that knowledge. I am the ocean of knowledge, the ocean of bliss, the ocean of purity. You became pure for 21 births and you then fall into the ocean of poison. Now, the Father, the ocean of knowledge, is making you pure from impure. The water of the Ganges cannot purify you. People go to bath there, but that water is not the purifier. These rivers also existed in the Golden Age and they still exist in the Iron Age. There is no difference in the water. They even say the bestower of salvation for all is one Ram. He alone is the ocean of knowledge and the purifier. Baba comes and gives you knowledge through which you become the masters of heaven. In the golden and silver ages, there is no devotion or scriptures, etc. You receive the inheritance of constant happiness from the Father. It isn't that you have to go there and bathe in Ganges or that you have to go on a pilgrimage. This is your spiritual pilgrimage, which no human being can teach you. The Father is the Father of all souls. There are innumerable physical fathers, whereas there is only the one spiritual Father. Remember this very firmly. When Baba asks you how many fathers you have, you became confused and wonder what Baba is asking you. Everyone only has one father. How can someone have two or three fathers? The Father explains, you remember that Father, the Supreme Soul, when you are unhappy. When in sorrow, they say, O Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, liberate us from sorrow. So, there are two fathers. One is a physical father and the other is the spiritual father, whose praise they sing. You are the mother and father, and we are your children. There is a lot of happiness due to your mercy. You cannot receive that much happiness from physical parents. When people experience sorrow, they remember that father only. That father can ask you such a question. No one else can ask you this question. On the path of devotion, you sing Baba. When you come, I will listen to no one but you. All others only cause sorrow. Only you give me happiness. Therefore, the Father comes and reminds you of what you used to say. You know that only you are called Brahma Kumaris and Kumaris. People have such stone intellects that they don't even understand who the Brahma Kumaris are and who Mama and Baba are. They are not sages or holy men. Sages and holy men are called gurus, not a mother and father. That father comes and establishes the kingdom of the deity religion where the king and queen, Lakshmi and Narayan rule. At first they are pure and then they became impure. Those who became worthy of worship then take 84 births. First you receive the inheritance of happiness for 21 births from the Father. A Kumari is one who uplifts 21 clans. This is remembered of you. You are Kumaris, not householders, although you are grown up. All of you have died alive and have now become the children of the Father. Prajapita Brahma has many children and the number of them will continue to grow. Then all of them will become deities. This is Shivbaba's sacrificial fire. This is known as the sacrificial fire for self-sovereignty. In order to attain self-sovereignty, souls receive their inheritance of the kingdom of heaven from the Father. What do you have to do in this sacrificial fire? You have to sacrifice everything into it, including your body. Through this sacrificial fire, you will attain a kingdom. The Father reminds you of what you used to sing on the path of devotion. Baba, when you come, I will surrender myself to you. I will sacrifice myself to you. Now, all of you consider yourselves to be Brahma Kumars and Kumaris. You may live at home with your families, but you have to remain as pure as a lotus. Consider yourselves to be souls. We are Baba's children. We souls are lovers. The Father says, I am the one beloved. You have been calling out to me, the beloved. You are lovers for half the life. The one who is called the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is incorporeal. The soul may The soul who plays a part through this body is also incorporeal. You also have to play your parts on the path of devotion. Devotion is the night. People stumble in the dark. You have been stumbling from the copper age onwards. At this time, you experience great sorrow. It is now the end of the iron age. All of their money, etc., is to turn to dust. When someone who is a millionaire or a king has a child, he thinks that all of that wealth is for his child, that his children and his grandchildren will eat from that wealth. But the Father says they won't eat anything from it. This world is going to be destroyed. There is very little time left. There will be many obstacles. People will fight amongst themselves. At the end, they will fight in such a way that rivers of blood will flow. You don't fight with anyone. You maintain your power of yoga. If you stay in remembrance, then when anyone with bad thoughts come in front of you, he will have fearsome visions and will instantly run away. You will remember Shivbaba and he will run away. Those who are very strong children will make the effort to belong to one Shivbaba and none other. The Father explains, let your hands do the work and let your heart remember the Father. You children also have to look after your homes. However, if you souls remember the Father, the burden of sin will be removed. Simply remember me and you will become Satapradhan from Tamapradhan, but number-wise, according to the efforts you make. Then you will all shed your bodies and Baba will take all of you souls back like a swarm of mosquitoes. There will be punishment for the rest of the world. Only a few will remain in Bharat then. There is this Mahabharat war. For that, there will be a lot of expansion here. So many will hear these things at the exhibitions and through the projectors, etc. Those subjects continue to be created. Only one would be a king and the rest would be a subjects. Even advisors are said to be in the line of subjects. There are many subjects. One king would have approximately 100,000 subjects. So the king and queen have to make effort. The Father says, While doing everything, constantly remember me alone. A lover and beloved have physical love for each other. You children are lovers at this time. Your beloved has come and is teaching you. He is teaching you now. After studying, you will become deities. Your sin will be absolved by having remembrance, and you will become free from disease for all time. You also have to remember the cycle of 84 births. In the golden age, we took this many births. In the silver age, we took this many births. We who belong to the deity religion have been round the full cycle of 84 births. As you progress further, the number of you will grow at a great deal. You will have thousands of centers. You will continue to explain in every street. Remember the father and the inheritance. You now have to return home. This is a dirty costume. This is unlimited disinterest. Sannyasis simply renounce their limited homes and families. They are Hatha yogis. They cannot teach Raj Yoga. They say that devotion is eternal. The father says devotion begins in the copper age. You came down 84 steps and have become Tamapradhan. You were deities. Christians say that they are Christians. You know that you were in the golden age. The father has established the deity religion. Those who were Lakshmi and Narayan have now become Brahmins. In the golden age, there was one king and queen and one language. Children have had visions of that too. All of you belong to the original eternal deity religion. Only you take 84 births. When people say that souls are immune to the effect of action and that God is omnipresent, that is wrong. There is a soul in every human, and so how can God be in everyone like they say? In that case, everyone would be the father. They have become so Tamapradhan. Previously, you believed everything you heard. The father now comes and tells you the truth. He gives each of you a third eye of knowledge through which you understand the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world. This is also the story of immortality. However, there are no stories in the subtle region, etc. All of those are samplings of the path of devotion. You are listening to the story of immortality in order to become immortal. There you shed your body and take another in great happiness. Here, when someone dies, they weep and well. There is no illness, etc. There they remain constantly ever healthy and still have long lifespan. There is no impurity. Now make it firm that you have completed the cycle of 84 births and that Baba has now come to take us back. He is also telling you the way to become pure. He says, simply remembered me, the Father, and the inheritance. In the golden age, you are 16 celestial degrees full and then the degrees decrease. Now, no degrees remain in you. Only the Father liberates you from sorrow and takes you into happiness. This is why he is called the liberator. He takes everyone back home with him. Your gurus don't take you back with them. When one of those gurus leaves, one of his disciples sits on his throne. There is then a lot of upheaval among the disciples. They fight among themselves for the throne. The father says, I will take you souls back with me if you don't become perfect. Punishment has to be experienced and your status is destroyed. The kingdom is being established here. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Essence for the dharana. First point, practice such a remembrance that anyone who comes in front of you with bad thoughts is transformed. Maintain the effort of belonging to one shivbaba and none other. Second point, in order to attain self-sovereignty, sacrifice everything you have, including your body. When you surrender everything you have, including your body, into the sacrificial fire, you will receive a royal status. Blessing. May you be an embodiment of all attainments and, as a knowledgeable soul, merge yourself in the ocean of knowledge and the knowledge. Explanation. Those who are knowledgeable souls always remain merged in the ocean of knowledge and in the knowledge. Because of being embodiments of all attainments, you automatically have the stage of being ignorant of the knowledge of desire. Those who even slightly depend on their nature or sanskars ask for name, respect and honor. Those who call out question of what and why, those who call out, those who eternally have one form but are externally something else cannot be called knowledgeable souls. Slogan. Only those who experience supersensuous happiness and bliss in their lives are easy yogis. Om Shanti